What's up, Ranger Nation, Toku Nation, and every nation in between? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Avataro Sentai Donbrothers episode 13, you guys. So I told you guys I'd be back, and we are back, and we are officially caught up to Donbrothers. Episode 13 was a really good episode. I enjoyed it from beginning to the end. So before we get into this review, Ranger Nation and Toku Nation, if you guys are watching this video or any other on my channel and are not subscribed to my channel yet, do me a favor. If you like the video, like the content, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to turn your post notifications on, and also, you guys, share this video onto your social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever. Share it for me so that way we can get more people to come and join us here on this ride. So with that out the way, without further ado, let's discuss episode 13 of Avataro Sentai Donbrothers. So this episode, it opens up and we see our four heroes. So we have Oni's sister, we have Momotaro, we have Kiji brother, and we have Saru brother. So we don't have Inu brother, so they're all at the cafe. So Momotaro, he asks Saru brother, like, so why are we all meeting here? So the reason that they're meeting is because they now know each other's identity. So it's only right that they get to know each other. And Oni's sister says to her boss, well, hey boss, since you're a superhero as well, why don't you join us? He tells her, oh no. Her boss just basically, anytime she wants to bring up the fact that he can transform into Zenkaiger, anytime that she brings it up to that man deflects and changes the subject. So this time he tells her that there's something more important. She's like, what the hell is more important now? He says the fifth member. So now they're all starting to wonder who is, Inu brother. Like, no one knows who Inu brother is. And at one point I thought that Kiji brother knew who Inu brother was, but I guess he didn't. Because I could have swore, I thought he knew. See, I thought that they knew who he was in that episode when it was kind of like he kidnapped Oni's sister. I thought they knew that, but I guess they didn't. So Oni's sister, like, yeah, the pupper, she wonders if he's an actual a puppy. And Saru brother says, but I heard him talk once before. She says, well, he could be a talking dog. I mean, hey, he could be like Clifford, the big red dog, only smaller. So then Saru brother is talking to Momotaro. So actually, no, he's actually, what he did was he analyzed their villains, their foes, the Cerebrans. So he says that the Cerebrans come from a higher plane of existence. And you guys, it's raining, by the way. They come from a higher plane of existence, but wavelengths given off by human brains necessary for their world. They are hostile to humans with excessive greed, which that's not really the Cerebrans. That is the I can't pronounce it. The whatever it is. You guys know the monsters that overtake the humans. It's not the Cerebrans. Those are not the ones that are taking, consuming people's greed to turn into a monster. So it's not really them. So then at one point in this episode, there was a lady who was in there as well, and she was drinking, I think she was drinking some coffee, and her hands got, I think she kind of scolded herself with the coffee. So the sister's like, hey, the coffee is free. And the woman was like, bleh, I don't give a damn about no free coffee. My husband told me my hands were beautiful. So her boss came over and he grabbed her hand and he kissed her hand, and that made a world of a difference for the woman. She was cool with that, and she left out all giddy and happy. But was she really getting happy? Because later in the episode we find out that her husband is deceased, and I think her son has left the home, and he basically doesn't come and see her. So she is lonely, and that loneliness is turning into anger, and also she just wants people to pay attention to her. So she is our monster of the week. So I'm going to pause here, you guys, and I'm going to move forward. So Momotaro, when Saru brother was talking about the the Cerebrans. Momotaro is like the leader of the Cerebrans. He needs to go down. And we all know that the leader of the Cerebrans is Sonoy. So then we see Saru Brothers. So he tells, so once again, Momotaro is asking, what the hell is going on here? So Saru Brothers says to Momotaro that he wants a statement from him. And Momi says that Momotaro even said to them, there's some bigger issues. And they were like, what issues are bigger? Like, what's bigger issues? So he goes to Oni Sister. He says, your lack of, you guys need to work on some things. You need to work on your lack of confidence, Oni Sister. Kija brother, you need to work on your confidence. Saru brother, you got to work on that arrogance and that narcissism. And Saru brother was like, wait a minute. You only gave her one thing, which was her confidence, and you gave him one thing, which was his lack of confidence. But I get two things. Yeah, because you're, like he said, you're arrogant and you're a narcissist. So then they tell Momotaro that with what they know what he's doing. He's trying to give them coaching tools. Basically, he's trying to give them positive reinforcement without the positivity. So they tell him to basically try it a different way. Be, in a sense, like what they were saying in last week's episode, give them a white lie. But we all know that he is incapable of lying. And we also know that when his incapability of being able to lie, he will die. And that's exactly what happened when he did that. He died. So then we move over and we see Sonoy. So I didn't know that. So Sonoy's thing is, which I didn't think that was a human trait, or well, I know it's a human trait, but I didn't think it was that deep that someone would try to figure. I mean, either you can draw or you can't draw. That's how I always took it. But Sonoy looks at drawing in a different way. He feels like that's people drawing over, I guess, like their imperfections. I'm like, that's an interesting way to think about it. So then we see this bird. This bird drops down in front of him and its eyes glow. So then we see the lady. We see her. She's out at a restaurant, and this guy comes up to her and she just pops him right in the face. And then when she gets up to walk out, there's the fish tank, and the fish's eyes glowed. And then we see the one who has, I mean, he laughs like a maniac, and it's just like, wow, dude. I'm surprised no one has said, hey, there's this crazed man that is walking around the streets just laughing in people's faces. I'm surprised he's not in a mental institution hugging himself, because it's just deranged the way he laughs. So then he notices this dog and its eyes glowed. So the dog we see the dog talking to him, then we see the fish talking to the lady. So basically what they're saying is that the council found the identity of their mysterious enemy. The enemy is heir to the decomposed royal family, the Don clan. They also say that it's Don Momotaro, leader of the Donbrothers. So and then we see them all together. Sonoy says that this clan was destroyed and they almost brought ruin to the Cerebrans. I was like, that's interesting. So I kind of want, because if you, like I said before, like I said in the review that I did yesterday, I was wondering if Momotaro was a Cerebran. But I'm wondering with the Cerebrans and the Don clan, I wonder if it's like if it's like a subsection, like what's a good, kind of like how you have, in America, Latinos, African Americans, and Caucasians. How it's not really a clan, but it's different identities. So I wonder if it's like that, or if you want to say a clan, if you have like in the U.S., we'll still use U.S. like how you have different states. You have your Californians, your Texans, your Georgians, your Floridians, your New Yorkers. I kind of wonder if it's something like, I know it's probably not the best, analogy, but I'm wondering if they are the same, but they're just from different, if they're just different, like I said a few minutes ago, subsections. So we're going to pause here, you guys, and we're going to move forward, and I think we're going to get ready to wrap up the episode. All right, you guys, so next up we see Inu Brother. So Inu Brother, he's getting his haircut, and once again, kind of like in the last week's episode, which I did the review yesterday, he's getting his haircut, and he's envisioning his girlfriend, but then we see that he's having a daydream, and he's at the barbershop getting his haircut, but he went to sleep. And then there's this woman that's being a complete asshat to him and just making fun of him. I would have told it, I would have went off on that woman. I really would have went off on her, but hey, he didn't. So he left, and then after he left, that's when she came in. I was like, they literally are missing each other. So I told you guys a few minutes ago that the woman who was at the cafe, she's our monster of the week. We saw her in a department store, and this woman, people were shopping, and this woman just gonna come up and that's mine, that's mine, that's mine. You would have caught a fist to the face, but those people told her to leave, and that's when we find out that she was lonely because, like I said earlier, her husband's passed away, and her son, I don't think her son comes to see her, so she's just lonely and angry. So then we also see this guy as he's stealing this woman's purse, and Sonoy knocked the shit out of his ass, and he tells him basically to purify himself while he can. So then him and Momotaro, they lock eyes with each other, and I will say with Momotaro and Sonoy, they feel like star-crossed lovers to me. And I will say the relationship between Momotaro and Sonoy, I really do like that relationship. It feels organic. Unlike, and I know people probably will get mad at me, but I don't care. These are my opinions. Their relationship feels genuine, unlike the relationship with Izzy and Fern. It just feels like, and I've said it plenty of times before, I felt like Izzy and Fern was pandering. You guys can agree, disagree. Again, I don't give a hot damn if you agree or disagree. It's in my opinions, and I'm going to say what I feel like saying. I just feel like it was pandering. So we find out that because Momotaro and Sonoy, they're talking about their enemies, not knowing that each other are their own enemy. So they're talking, and at one point Sonoy asked Momotaro what was his weakness. Now we didn't see that in this particular scene, but it did come back up later in the episode. But we also found out that from Momotaro that the team, in order for him to show them that he can show them humility and gratitude, they're boycotting his ass. They are boycotting the hell out of him. So then we see the monster. She is in the city, and she's looking for attention. Now I did notice that at one point she started dancing, and you guys can let me know in the comments section, but that dance that she did, was that looked like that I don't know how to Q Ranger. No, that's not Q Ranger. The Sentai counterpart that Dino Charge is based off of. Didn't they do that dance when they would morph? Let me know in the comments, and we can discuss it before. So Momotaro, he's battling with her. Like I said, the others have boycotted him, so they are not coming to his aid. So Sonoy, he comes and battles with him while he's battling with the monster, and they eventually get blasted away, and they demorph to find out that they are in fact each other's enemies. And I was like, "Aw," because they had planned on going on a date with each other for some Odin, and they were like, "I guess Odin is not gonna happen now." Nope, not gonna happen. So we see Momotaro. He is back battling with the monster, and this time Inu Brother has joined him. He says, Inu Brother asked him, "Where's the rest of the team?" He said they're boycotting, and Inu Brother said, "What the hell does that mean?" So we see the other two Cerebrans. They have showed up because once again Momotaro is their enemy, so they're going to try to take him out. And then the other members of the team, they join. Now their changes at one point in the episode appeared to them, and they denied it. So this time they're seeing Momotaro get his ass handed to him, and eventually they get enough of seeing it, and they join him in battle. And then Momotaro he put a finishing attack on the other two, and they eventually left. So then they transformed into their transformed into their Don Robotaro forms, and they battled with the monster. She was destroyed, and then she went to that CGI world, and they combined to be the Don Onitanjin, and they defeated her in that realm, and the woman was returned back to normal. So after that, we see them, and they are back in their regular forms, and when they're in their regular forms, we see Momotaro. He is weak at this point, and then Sonoy comes down and slashes right in the middle of him. And for right now, that is the last we're going to see of Momotaro. I'm pretty sure Momotaro will be back. I hope that they are not getting rid of him that soon. But the reason why Sonoy was able to do that is because we found out that after they transform, after they have combined to Don Onitanjin, Momotaro is weakened for a few seconds, and that comes from his inability to lie. Damn, that's fucked up. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about episode 13 of Donbrothers. Get down in the comments, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands, wear a mask, social distance, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.